So I got my blood work back today. I had a doctor's visit yesterday, and I went ahead and ran a panel. And so the function level showed 11%, 11% to 11.5%, depending on how you calculate it, which is my lowest so far. How that works is anything below 15% is considered stage 5. Stage 5 is not severely damaged, but basically kidney failure. So you're just in that range. They're just monitoring it, because if it gets too low, you have to be on dialysis, or your kidneys fail and you die. So we're ever since I've been stage 5 for about 7 months now, or 8 months, and those numbers bounce around just a little bit, but I know this weekend I was feeling pretty rough, so kind of felt like if they did a panel, it was going to be pretty close to that. So I'm not going to go long on this, just because I just got home at 7:30. I haven't had dinner, but I just wanted to. I had a couple questions about dialysis. Basically, my agreement with my doctor is I ask her, do not refer me for dialysis till you absolutely have to. And there's a couple reasons for that. Number one is, once you're on dialysis, you can't get off. You're on it till you get a transplant or you die. So, I'm just not ready for that. For a couple of reasons. Number two is I work a full-time job. I work overtime when I can, and that subsidizes these healthcare costs. So I need to work as much as I possibly physically can, with the fatigue, with the draining of that. So if I'm on dialysis, it's a minimum of 3 days a week, and I think 5 or 6 hours. So I have a job where they know what's going on. I can work kind of flexible hours. I plan on working through a dialysis, but there is absolutely no way to do 3 days a week and be able to do any overtime, any extra hours whatsoever. So that's a big reason. And then thirdly is when you are going through the process of the kidney donation list and getting on the list, you are given a score. And that score is monitored based on what quality of kidney that you get. Some of the factors are age, relative health otherwise, if you have diabetes, and one of those factors is how long, or if you've been on dialysis, that lowers your score. Because just being on the kidney transplant list, it's not just like this long list and you're number 37 and then you're number 27. It's like a constantly changing, evolving list, and you get a kidney based on that score. So there's score, like the kidney is given a score and you personally are given a score. So it's like, you go to the grocery store and you pick out a steak. You might have USDA inspected, and you might have USDA choice, and then you have USD premium or prime. Right now, I qualify for a prime kidney. So I'm doing the best to hold it together, because I want that prime. Because the common misconception is you get a kidney no matter what it is and you're good for the rest of your life. At my age, there's a very possibility if I get a kidney, I will, no matter even a good quality kidney, I'm probably gonna need another one if I live into my 60s. Best case scenario probably is about 15 to 20 years on a living donor premium grade kidney, a high score kidney. And then with a deceased donor kidney, 10 to 15. There's always exceptions to that, but you're putting a foreign object in your body that doesn't necessarily belong there, but through the miracle of medicine and anti-rejection drugs, you can take someone else's kidney, but you're on anti-rejection drugs for the rest of your life. And I went through the infectious disease specialist, and there's certain things that I probably shouldn't, places I shouldn't travel. There's probably I won't ever have to eat sushi again. Really watch how my meats are cooked, and there's just a lot of little factors that you have to pay attention to. It's not like Grey's Anatomy where this guy needs a kidney, he gets one, and then he's 100% after that. It's definitely life-saving. It's definitely awesome, and that. So I don't want to discourage anyone to think that dialysis is not a life-saving thing. It's very much a life-saving thing, and some people are not. They do not qualify to get a kidney donation. They're not strong enough. They're not healthy enough. The transplant center thinks they're too risky. That's the testing I went through a couple years ago, and I'll go into that another time because it's very lengthy. But dialysis is my last ditch thing. I've already had, if you see this wrist and this little scar here, I had surgery 2.5 years ago, and they basically took one of my veins and circled it around, connected to an artery, so I have arterial blood on the surface. That's why I can't sleep on this side anymore, because I can hear my heartbeat through my pillow. If I get cut on this arm, it's gonna be pretty bad, and will need to go immediately to the doctor because it's very close to the surface. But that's so that they can connect for dialysis. So I'm prepared for it, but it's a last kind of ditch thing because of those multiple factors for me. So 11% function, it's getting closer. If I don't get a kidney this year, it's a very possibility that beginning of next year I could be there. So I just wanted to kind of get on here and share that little facts about that, because I had a couple people ask questions about it, because there's a lot of misconceptions, and I don't know everything there is. But the things that I know that it's not right for me at this moment. So I really appreciate anybody's listening. I appreciate some of the donations that have already come through. I know a couple people ask, and I think thankful to my mother-in-law for posting that GoFundMe, and I'm thankful for just peaceful listening, and it means a lot to not feel alone. I was going to talk about isolation and depression today, but with these new results, I thought this was more important to discuss. But I love you all that are listening, and the kindness, and you'll never know how much just seeing someone say, hey, use that little click that someone liked the video or someone watched the video, even if you didn't watch the whole thing, because a couple of them are over 10 minutes, which but just that kind of gives me a little bit of hope, not feeling alone. But I'm going through this, but my family, they've been, my wife, my 3 kids, they've been there, and they've lived this through me. And sometimes it's harder on the people that are right on the edge of that than the person that's actually going through it, because they feel helpless. They don't know sometimes what they can do, but they've been tremendously supportive, tremendously loving, and they are the fight within me. But I love you all, and we'll talk again soon.